Okay, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do episode 2, The Terror of the Toadman. Okay, everyone. Okay, so this is where everyone thought that Hulk was dead, and they're all running from him. Even the husbands and wives, and the kids. Everyone didn't know that the Hulk was still alive, acting like they saw a ghost. The Hulk is terrorizing the city and everybody. Okay, now we're going to talk about uh, something that I didn't really talk about much in the first one because I just really wanted to talk about the beginning of Hulk and how he became. Sorry, I meant to say the beginning of like I said, the beginning of Hulk and how he became Hulk. I know that sounds weird and it doesn't make any sense because I should have said like Bruce Banner and how he became Hulk. But anyways, um, I want to talk about gamma ray bombs. I didn't really talk about it in the first issue, but anyways, gamma ray bombs are really bad, and they um they could have killed Bruce Banner, but somehow he was really lucky, and like you seen, he got turned into the Hulk. But they can kill you, and they can destroy like cities and leave like really big craters, and they're just really powerful, and they can destroy things. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so in this story, there is these alien toads that come and try to take over Earth. And I don't really know what their names are, but one guy says what his name is, but we'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, um, these alien toads, they have like magnetic powers, and they want to take over Earth. You know, kind of like every supervillain, like from DC and Marvel. And besides wanting to take over Earth, they want they specifically want to come to Earth to look for Bruce Banner and his um, scientific mind. So they, because they're looking for science, because they want science and um, stuff like that. Okay, so these are the Toad guys. Like I said, I don't know all their names. I just know one of their names, and um, that red thing is helps them with their magnetic powers, and it's gonna help them find their victim and help them find Bruce Banner. Okay, so now Bruce Banner and Rick Jones are going into a cave, and they're finding a good spot to where they want their finding a good spot for their science lab. And they found a big old cave to do it in. And then they find this big old chamber thingy to where they're gonna put to where Rick Jones is gonna put the Hulk in at night so he doesn't get out. Bruce Banner doesn't want the Hulk raging out on the city and taking out everybody. And then he doesn't want the army trying to hunt him and stuff. So it'd just be better if he was just in this in this. So no one can find him. Okay, and then while Bruce Banner and Rick Jones are checking out their science lab, geeking out about their science lab, and then in come the human toads, or whatever you want to call them, alien toads, human toads, and then they use their magnetic powers and they freeze them. And then they take them to their ship. Okay, so this is where we learn the name to one of the toads. We don't learn all their names, we just learn one. Okay, so the captain says, "Greeting, captives. I am Turk," or I don't really know how to pronounce that name. Torrak. And then he says, "I captain." He just says captain of ship. I don't know why he doesn't say I am captain of this ship, but he says, captain of ship, you are my prisoners. So that's what his name is. I don't really know how to pronounce it. If Turk is really the pronunciation of that name, then I think I did good. Okay, and then he goes on a rant about, "We are the Toadman from outer space, outside your atmosphere, the main body of our invincible fleet waits to attack Earth, but first we want to learn how advanced you are scientifically, and that is what you will tell us." So, what he's saying is before he attacks with all of his other alien buddies, he wants to know what he knows scientifically. And then he says if you refuse or don't do what we say, he's gonna split Earth in half with his magnetic rays. And then he's also saying that with the magnetic force, we can empty your oceans. And then he just keeps going on and on about what they can do with the magnetic stuff. Okay, and then he asked, "Will you tell me what I want to know?" And then Bruce Banner says, "Never." And then his friend Rick Jones says, "Good job, Doc. And then, like I said, I don't remember how to pronounce that word. Tark or whatever his name is. Um, didn't like that answer, and then he threw Rick back to Earth, and then he told Bruce that he's gonna land safely on Earth. Oh yeah, and then Bruce didn't like that it was turning night, and then he ended up turning into the Hulk. And then the Toad people, alien Toad people, again, whatever you want to call them, did not see this when he turned into the Hulk. Um, so when they got back to see when the Hulk, um, they were just talking. Sorry, they were just talking amongst each other, and then when they got back, they seen that he turned into the Hulk, and they did not. They ran for their lives, and then they started shooting at him, and then the Hulk started beating him up. And then the Hulk used their ray on them. And then it says, the force of the magnetic sun gun scatters the Toadmen like 10 pins. And then he gets them to surrender. And then he's thinking about what he's gonna do. Then he's still thinking. Okay. Then it pans to Thunderbolt Ross, and then he tells his he tells them to shoot it down, and they shoot it down. And then Rick Jones is saying, "No, don't." Oh. Okay, and then he says, "No, don't." Dr. Banner's on there. And then they still shoot it down anyways. And then it comes down. It's a huge wreckage. Okay, and then they find Dr. Banner, Bruce Banner. Well, somehow they don't find the Toad people. And their leader, Tark. However you pronounce that name. Okay, and then they use their magnetic powers to call for their friends. Sorry, the Toad people. Yeah, the Toad people. Okay, and then Bruce Banner gets locked up. I don't even know why he gets locked up. He didn't even do anything wrong because he got kidnapped. I know he did not even do anything wrong. He got kidnapped. Okay, and then Rick Jones is like, return into the Hulk, he can get you out of there easily. And then he waits till nighttime. He waits till nighttime. And then Betty Ross is wondering why her dad's doing this because he didn't do anything, and then he's just saying that he can't do anything and he just wants him locked up. And then Thunderbolt gets a call, and then more Toadmen show up. Okay, so Bruce Banner is looking through the bars, and then he's starting to feel something, and then starting to feel like, and then he turns into the Hulk, and then he breaks out, and then he takes out all the guards, and then somebody's trying to warn General Ross. And then he goes find Betty Ross, and he kidnaps her. Okay, and then the Hulk is taking her somewhere. And then Rick Jones is following him. And then he took her to the science lab. And then she's asking him, why do you hate us so much? Why do you hate us so much? And then he says, I don't hate you. Why shouldn't I hate you? Why shouldn't I hate all of mankind? And then he says, look what men have done to me. And then Rick Jones comes and starts talking, trying to get the Hulk to stop being so angry. Oh wait, I'm sorry. He tries to get the Hulk to help take out the aliens, and then Hulk turns back into Bruce Banner, and then Bruce Banner finds Betty Ross unconscious. Then he takes her to her house and puts her to bed. And then Rick Jones says, the Toad, if nobody can stop him, you can. Okay, now they're running to figure out what to do. Okay, and then they find a cannon, and then the army comes. And then the army says, they ran in here, General. Open up, Banner. We know you're there. The Hulk escaped us, but you won't swore it. And then I've got hold them off just for another few seconds. I've got to. Okay. And then that was Rick Jones. And then Rick Jones is spraying them with, I don't know what this is, like some kind of glue or something. And then he says, stay back, I warned you. It's open, get glug. And then Bruce Banner shoots the aliens with this ray gun. And then it says gamma energy, which strikes the aliens. Magnetic field, head on, reversing the attraction of the rays and sending the towed ships spinning across the void of space, helplessly out of control forever. So he so they didn't need the Hulk after all. They just needed Bruce Banner Bruce Banner's amazing mind, and then they also needed gamma rays to take out the aliens, and they just needed to blast the aliens with gamma rays, and that was it. Even though, okay, real quick, even though that Bruce Banner and his amazing mind used the gamma ray gun or whatever you want to call it to take out the aliens and blow them away in space or in wherever they went. Um, Ross says this, then since no one dares call the man who saved Earth a traitor, Bruce Banner and Rick are released just before the fall of night and then the home of General Ross. I told you we could trust Bruce, Dad? And then he just says, Even though he managed to clear himself this time, I'm still suspicious of him. I still feel there's some connection between him and that dang blasted Hulk. For all we know, he and the are together right now planning new development. And then the end is where what they wanted to do because Bruce Banner didn't want the Hulk to take out the because take out the city and the world because the Hulk is too powerful and he probably would have ended up doing that. Okay, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed.